You are tuned to Kennett, Zenith, Cablevision. Thank you for watching. It's time for talk. Each evening at this time, Monday through Friday, Rosemary interviews local personalities and others who bring items of interest to this community. Time for Talk is a community betterment service designed to cooperate with our local community betterment program. Tonight, Rosemary takes us by means of portable camera out of our studios and maybe into your neighborhood. And now, it's time for Talk.
Let me tell you about tonight's program. No, I can't tell you about tonight's program because I don't know about tonight's program. But let me tell you that it's different. Let me tell you that I have a son and one granddaughter who are crazy about snakes. They're weird. They take after the father's side of the family, and they're weird. But tonight I want to show you what goes on in a household when most of them love snakes. Isn't this a sight for sore eyes? Wouldn't you love to see this? Just any evening when you got out of your car in your driveway. Wouldn't it thrill your heart to have a pet like this? Now you put that in a lot of the places. As I told you about this granddaughter, she loves snakes, and she was asleep when we came in. But she sits with him around her neck. She studies with him around her neck. Is it comforting to you to have a snake around your neck?
Actually, I kind of like the way that it feels. It makes me relax, and I just like having him as a pet.
Now, aren't you afraid that if he started to squeeze that you'd have problems?
Well, he's really not that strong to like constrict a human, but like rats and other things that he'd like to eat, he's pretty much strong enough to constrict them.
Oh, and that's what we want to show you. That's exactly what we want to show you. Now, watch this. It's feeding time, and we want you to see. And there's something in this box that's edible, if you're a snake. I haven't seen it. I don't even know what color it is. But you're going to watch the whole process from beginning to end. This son that loves snakes, let me tell you, let me ask him what kind it is we're going to look at. Okay, now, tell me what kind of snake this is. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous in that, what's that? What do you call it, a terrarium?
A terrarium, yes. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Aquarium for fish and terrarium for other animals.
And this snake, what about him?
This is a ball python.
A bald python?
B-A-L-L.
Ball, like not like a ball eagle.
Isn't it curled up into a ball? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, and that's what he is right now. He's curled
That's right.
up
Well,
into a ball.
and their defensive posture, they're very beautiful and they're really non-aggressive until it comes feeding time. But when they're threatened, for instance, if a dog were to walk up to this snake and be sniffing around on him, he would curl up into a ball and put his head on the inside of his coils, and he'd pull himself so tightly that you'd be hard pressed to pull him apart. And he's only 4 to 5 feet long. I've not actually measured this snake. We're house sitting this snake, or we're snake sitting, I guess, for the summer.
Okay.
Yeah, for a college student who's.
And
out of the
how
country.
old is this snake? Do you know?
I'm not really
Is
sure.
there a
but
way
I
to
think
tell
it's about,
how old? You can't look at their teeth.
It's around 2 years old.
Oh, okay. All right. And so you're going to feed the snake.
Yes, he hasn't eaten in about 4 weeks or so.
And how often should you have fed the snake?
Well, every 4 to 5 weeks is about what is normal for that.
And what is the normal diet?
The normal diet is live rats. Now, some people don't feed live, but they feed them rats or mice nonetheless. But a large ball python like this one's an adult, and it can handle a large male Norway rat.
In my garden last year, a snake had a baby rabbit, and I watched the process as it ate the whole baby rabbit. We could have caught some rabbits this year, and you wouldn't have had to go to where did you get this rabbit?
I figured that you would have given the rabbit mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Never mind. Now you went to the pet store and bought this.
Yes,
rat.
I own no stock in Petco, but this is where we went.
If you had told me you needed a rat, surely I could have caught one for you. Would you have fed it a homegrown rat?
Well, no, this guy's pretty good size here, and you know we don't want to get too attached.
Is there a collar on him or
to
any?
the rat.
Oh, that's a
Don't
pretty
say
one.
oh.
Oh.
This particular python will not eat a black rat.
Will not eat a black rat?
Will not eat a black rat or a solid white rat. This python, Hector, has to have a black and white rat.
No, you're making this up.
No, this is true. This is true. I don't make up the news, I just report it.
All right, so what are you going to do? You're going to take that over.
I'm just gonna put him in here
Okay, now
into
wait,
the terrarium.
let's get a picture of the python. It has moved its head a little bit. Okay, you really think he smells it already?
Yeah, I believe so. Now, and when we set this in the, when I put this rat in the terrarium, he's going to, the snake will immediately start to become animated if he's hungry enough and wants to feed right now. Of course, they're on their own timetable.
Now, what did you say the first time they fed him? What happened?
Well, the fellow that owns this snake said that the first time they fed him, I think the snake kind of cozied up to the rat, and they coexisted in the little terrarium for 2 or 3 days together before he finally decided to eat.
He was supposed to eat him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, now we don't want to wait 2 or 3 days. I don't know
So-
if I want to watch this rat eat this.
But,
snake eat this rat or not.
But the snake will immediately start to pull the scent of this rat in.
Okay,
and
let's see what happens.
now last time.
Hmm? Did you have to get such a pretty little rat? That's a beauty.
He's already on the move.
What is? The snake or the rat?
Can you see, Brittany?
That rat, poor unsuspecting rat, doesn't know what is about to happen.
I'm afraid the rats can bite him.
You think the
Let's
rat
see.
can what?
Snake's already. It'll be lightning quick.
Will it?
Yeah. He'll line up for a headshot.
Ooh. Oh, oh. Oh,
No,
that's the end
there is a tremendous amount of crushing strength inside those coils. Tremendous.
So
And he's not.
the snake can't, the rat can't breathe.
That's right. That's right. But he'll also break some bones in there. Like that. They're finding out now that there's enough crushing strength that they're actually breaking some of the rib cage, which is really the big thing to swallow that in the pelvic girdle. And,
You know, I would like to have put a solid white one in there just to see if your theory is true that it wouldn't eat it, or a solid black one. That thing would have eaten anything, looks like.
he's very hungry.
He's relaxing.
He'll put the squeeze down on him now. I think the rat tried to get one bit. See the back part of that rat is kind of sticking out there, and so he's not getting good compression on that. You don't want to get attached to this rat because it's pretty quick.
It's
And
about
he'll go
to
through he'll go through some little minor throws here, and
or a minute or 2 or 3. Well, the rat's really suffering right
yeah,
now.
he'll do this for just a little bit more. But he can't breathe. He can't get any oxygen. So it's just asphyxiation is basically what it is. If he goes true to form, then he'll once it's completely dead, then he'll he'll leave it alone for just a minute while he turns around and orients himself to start.
Do they always start with the head?
Yeah. They should. You know, it makes the most sense and is the easiest to swallow that way. And I suppose they can handle it another way, but it's a little harder to manage because the limbs don't fold back down along the body.
Does the snake ever regurgitate any bones or anything, hair or whatever that's indigestible to them, or can they digest everything?
I've not seen this one bring any part of it back up. The digestive enzymes are so potent with the snake that it can dissolve a nail.
No. Can they really? Is it really that strong?
I've always read that, but
We haven't dissolved any nails lately, but it's okay.
now this one's he didn't get as good a grip on this one. It's been taking just a little bit longer, but you see he can detect that. And he seems to be moving a little bit and relaxing from around there now. So we shall see. I don't think. Wait. Okay, here he goes. There he goes.
His head was in there somehow. He still has a hold on that with his
chest.
mouth.
He had him by the chest. That rat reacted fast.
Okay.
Dad, I don't know if you can get a tight shot on the head, but he's really smelling, and
They smell with the tongue. That's the tongue flicking out like that is a sense of smell.
that's right. They pull the air back in, and the molecules of whatever they're smelling is attached to the in the air that is carried back in by the tongue, and it goes back into what's called the vomeronasal organ, or the Jacobson's organ. But he's got a dual row of heat-sensing pits on each side of his snout that are really, really pronounced.
It's interesting what he's doing now.
He could hunt this in the dark if he needed to.
He's going for the head.
See,
Now,
he's
isn't
going
it
to try to orient that headwise. But you see, he's going to find it difficult unless he changes his body position.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to come around and approach it. So it takes him a few minutes to figure this out.
Yes, I've seen him regurgitate 6 baby birds that we caught and got him out of a grackle nest.
I remember that day.
And he just stood right there and got rid of 6 of them in a row.
Yeah,
Just
that's
right out on
the
ground.
fight or flight mechanism.
So he can get away.
Yeah, because with a large bolus of food, his digestive tract, just freshly eaten, he can't get away.
Yes, he's much darker up where he hasn't had to stretch his body to go over the rat. Those white striations down the side, it's amazing that skin can separate like that. Okay.
Before long, he's a good diameter enough snake that you won't be able to tell that he's even had a meal in there. But he won't have to eat again for 3 or 4 weeks.
I wonder how the tail tastes.
I don't know. It's like a little strand of spaghetti. Now, he's going to have to rehinge his jaws here. So he'll really yawn really wide. It'll look like a huge yawn, and it'll look like the most painful contortion you could possibly see.
There's
There he
no
goes, there
way.
he goes.
Look at that.
Yeah, probably. We may do that again.
Now, if there were another rat in there, do you think he would grab it and try to eat it?
No. Just imagine how, I don't think so, because of this reason. Imagine how hard it would be to try to constrict something effectively with that large, when you've got to coil around something and put a heavy squeeze on it.
That's right.
And you've got that large bolus of food in your gut now.